Look, a stunning Tokyo nightlife image with a background neon themed backdrop. So it seems perfect to me. Now we click on generate image and here we go. So we keep the square ratio, but other than that, well, it's straight from Elementor AI. So we are within Elementor and you can have images free of copyright that you can use straight into Elementor. Pretty crazy, right? So in this video, I want to show you how to get started with Elementor AI, specifically on image generation, because it's pretty new. So I'm going to show you a few tips on how you can get started, what settings do we have, and you will see all the magic behind image generation within Elementor. First of all, you need to understand that you need the developer edition if you want to try out now image generation. Eventually, all websites with Elementor will have image generation within a few weeks, I think. But for now, it's only for the dev edition. So if you want the dev edition, you would need to go to Elementor settings and you have the feature tab. And within this tab, you can activate all right here. And if you do that, you will have a prompt above all the tabs. You will have a prompt that invite you to install the developer edition. And if you want to check if you have the dev edition, you will have a quick label right here that show you that you are in the right place. Then you can get started with image generation. So you have a free version, meaning that you can try for free. You don't have a lot of credits, so very, very fast. You will need to pay if you want to try out image generation. So let's go into one of your page and now I click on edit with Elementor. So you have several ways to get started with image generation. You can start from background image within containers, or you can start with, well, the image block itself. So for instance, if I click on this column, I have an image in the background and I have the magic button edit with AI. So I can start from here, or I can start from the image block. I can drag and drop this block and then I click on create with AI. So let's start from scratch here. So you can do your own prompt here and then you have a few modifiers. For instance, the image type. Do you want something photorealistic? Do you want something handmade, 3D? You have then the style, which is portrait, landscape, and so on. And you have the ratio, which is very important because you can have the landscape ratio or, for instance, a square. So you can get started by writing a prompt here. It's all in English right now. It's only available in English. And you also have a few examples of a few prompts you can use. So if one of these suits you, you can copy and paste the prompt. You can, for instance, here, I can click on copy and it will give me the prompt right into the field. And I can also directly use this image if I want. Let me show you the most important tip I can give you in this tutorial. So if you put your prompts here, I can show you the result with a very, very simple and straightforward prompt like this one. So it's a Tokyo by night, vibrant nightlife on neon. So I click on generate image. I am in a landscape, seems fine to me, photographic. Okay, long exposure, yes, and generate image. Okay, seems great to me, even though I think people looks like each other in this image, so it's kind of odd, but it can work for me. So I can use this image. I click on use image, for instance, and then it will bring me the image here into my page. So now if I click on image, I can just show you the ratio, not the ratio, but the size of the image. So 680 by 380 pixels. So it's a rather small image. And then we will have some tools to upscale the image. It's not working well now, but it will eventually, I guess. We will be able to upscale image within Elementor. So it's the first way you can use image generation. But the tip I want to show you is this one. So if I click again on create with AI, I go back to generate with a prompt here and I can put the same prompt again, but now I click on enhance prompt and it will, well, enhance the prompt and you will see a huge difference between your basic native prompts from yourself and the one that Elementor gave you through the enhance prompt feature. And I think if you want to get started, if you're not used to the prompt engineering thing, I think you really need to use this feature, enhance prompt, because it will have a dramatic impact on your prompts, on the results. So now we have a big, nice prompt like this, and I can start again with a landscape ratio, image type, photographic, and long exposure generate image. Now we're good. So we don't see so much of a difference here, but it's because, well, it was a fairly simple image to generate. Sometimes you'll see, again, a lot of difference between the enhanced prompt and the basic prompt. So I would suggest that you use pretty much all the time the enhanced prompt. At least you can copy the first one, you can try enhanced prompt, and then you can come back to your first prompt if it's not working well for you. So from here, you can click on generate again if you want to get another image, or you can click on new prompt. So now let's pretend that, yes, I want to leave. Let's pretend that this image is fine for me. I click again on create with AI, and I'm going to show you the different features you have here. For instance, you have resize, and eventually we'll be able to resize the image. And by resize, I mean upscale. So if I click on resize, it's supposed to be the current size of my image, and I will be able to upscale it. So I tried, and it's not working well right now. So it's the very beginning, it's still in beta phase, so bear that in mind. It's not working so good on every feature. I think they really wanted to ship the Elementor AI features, and specifically for image generation, just because of the AI momentum. But I think in the course of a few weeks, and especially months, I think it will get better and better. Then we have the expand image, and this is where AI magic is coming into play. Expand image and both also generative fill. But let's start with expand image. So I can play around with the image and downscale it a little bit just to have some empty space here, and I can fill this empty space with AI, of course. So this is the goal, is to, well, expand the image. So you can change the ratio again if you want, and then you can give it a prompt to specifically give some details for the work. But I just want to click on generate. Let's see how it goes. And here we go. So obviously it's only the first one that is interesting, because the other image doesn't really, I don't understand the point. So the first one is good enough. You can click on zoom if you want to see the image bigger, and you can compare to the image on the left here. You can see we have the smaller version and the expanded version of the image. So that's it for expand image. And then you have generate fill. So generate fill is really the magic. It's like Photoshop. Photoshop is doing the same thing right now, but you can use your stroke to specifically spot for somewhere in the image. For instance, I want to have here, let's say I want to bring some lady in red clothes. So I can go for OK. And then now I describe what I want. So it's basically a prompt. Red lady, we can try to enhance the prompt to see if he wants to give me more details. Artistic portrait of a lady with dominant red theme. Okay, and then we can click on generate. So unfortunately it didn't work. So I think we're gonna try again, but with something very, very basic, just red lady. So here I am again. Okay, and now I want a red lady, or at least lady with red clothes. Okay, generate. At least he tried. We can see like a stain or something. So if right now it's not working great, but I've tried, and in some other scenarios it worked. So it depends. Again, guys, it's all in beta, so it's not working perfectly. But sometimes you have generative thing working not so bad, and it feels like magic. So right now it's obviously not magic, but well, sorry. If you want honest results, I should leave it as it is, so you can see that it's not perfect, and I don't want to sell you dreams in a box if it's not working great. So it's in beta. We will see further down the road. And then you have variations, and variations, it's, well, to create variations of this specific image. So you can have your prompt here. You can have the same modifiers as before, style and image type, and the ratio. And then you have this slider. So it depends on if you want to stick more to the prompt or to the reference image. So if your prompt is really different from the image, you would go toward prompt. And if you want to stick to the reference image and you just want to modify just small details, you would need to go towards reference image. And if you don't know exactly, you can just play around with it, or you can leave it right in the middle. and then you can give your prompt. You can of course click on enhance prompt, and you can create variation of the same image. So I want a Ghibli style variation of this image, then I can click for image type, for handmade for instance, and style I want to leave it like this, and I click on generate again. Now, honestly, it's not so bad. What do you think? The first one is really great actually, so I can use the first one, I can zoom on it. I don't like, of course, the scale, and it feels like somehow blurry, I think somewhat blurry, so, but I can use this image. I click on use image. And here we go, and I'm still within Elementor. So this is image generation in a nutshell. So you can start from scratch with image generation, or you can start from an image you already have. So for instance, if I click here into edit column and I go for this image, I can click on edit with AI, because it's not always create with AI, but edit with AI. So you can start from this image and you can do a different variation. You can expand the image, resize it, and so on. So it's very interesting. I can show you a different example. I've tried this one. It was pretty funny. So on this image, I do a right click and edit column. I go to style, and then I can grab this image. I click on edit with AI, and here I can go for some variations. Specifically here, I want to have a Chinese version of this lady. So this is exactly what I'm going to ask. That's it. Make a Chinese variation of her. And I go for photographic. I want to stick with photographic viewpoint, generate image. And like you see, this is pretty funny results. So I don't think you want to use this image, but well, last time I tried the exact same prompt, I had different images, and one of them was pretty useful. It was really like a regular Chinese girl, and right now I think they're forcing about makeup. So, it's very funny, and you can try with your own prompts, because I think at this point all you need to do, all you need to be, is to be a prompt master. If you need help, by the way, with prompts, they have a library in prompts.elementor.com, and you can come here and you can copy and paste different prompts. So it's either for text, images, or code, because you know Elementor AI is not just about images, but you can come here and copy a prompt if you need to get some inspiration. For instance, if I want to have this, well, again, nighttime cityscape of New York, I can copy the prompt and I can try it within Elementor, and I will have similar results. So this is really about education of how you can manage yourself to do better prompts, how you can work out your prompt mastery and get things done for image generation, because it's all about having good prompts. What do you think about image generation within Elementor? I think it's the future of WordPress, not just within Elementor, but we will have similar tools within blogs, within Divi, obviously. And I think it's good. It's a good starting point, but they need to go much further, and they need to refine how things works. They need to give us the right tools that working properly, because right now, as you can see, it's not working so well for the different features. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So up to you to use these tools, and I would consider, if I were you, to try these tools, to try your own prompts, and specifically for image generation from scratch. I think it's a very, very nice tool, and it will help you with your productivity. Give me your thoughts into the comment section, and I will see you in another WordPress video. If you want to subscribe to this channel to see more about Elementor, blogs, and many more topics within WordPress, well, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Thank you. Bye.